What up, good people? Welcome back. Oh my God, man! Believe it or not, I feel pretty good today. And if only if you knew what my last month and a half, maybe 2 months, have been. A lot. It's been a lot, y'all. Anyways, let's put this music on. But when I say a lot, oh my God, y'all, listen. 14 hours overtime, 13 hours overtime. Hell, that's every week. That's spending the nights on the road. I went to Greenville. I think what's the day? I don't even know what the day is. Let me see. Today is what, Wednesday? If it's Wednesday already, that'll tell you right there. I don't even know what the date is, y'all. I can't even get the date to come up. It's Wednesday. I didn't know it's Wednesday. Excuse me. I thought it was Tuesday. Excuse me, y'all. Let's put some music on. We'll get right into it. Let's put some music on here, and we'll get right into it. Bajillion track. It's already Wednesday. I can't believe this. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. Let me put this music back on real quick. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it, man. Let's see right here. This is where we left off. This green does not look bright enough, so we're going to. I don't know what green. Hey, that's gonna work. Yeah, there we go. All right. Like I said, let's get into it, man. Continuing on her way, groping the hall. As she went, Martha Louise was stunned to find the kitchen completely engulfed in smoke. But there was no fire. Standing on a chair over the sink, holding an empty pot that once held her lima beans, was Jacob. The boy had sustained third-degree burns on both arms. So I wrote a note over here explaining that I need to put that into the story earlier on. I only wanted a chili bear, said Jacob with tears as curtains. And this is a story, I think I told y'all, this is a story that kind of happened to me. But the thing is, I came home, I was a very inquisitive, sneaky little kid when I was young. And my mom was cooking some lima beans when I got home from school. And I actually climbed up on the counter. I was about 5 or 6. I climbed up on the counter and opened up the pot, and the lid burnt my arm, and I still have that scar on my arm. It's kind of covered up by this tattoo, but anyways. All right. Continuing on her way, groping the hall as she went, Martha Louise was stunned to find the kitchen completely engulfed in smoke, but there was no fire. Standing on a chair over the sink, holding an empty pot that once held her lima beans, was Jacob. The boy had sustained third-degree burns on both of his arms. I only wanted a chili bear, said Jacob with tears as curtains of skin hung from his arms. Yeah, that's right, curtains. Yeah. It really happened to me, y'all. Only one arm, though. Standing there, astonished and terrified beyond belief, removing her hand from her mouth, she said to the boy, "Chili bear." After that day, whenever Jacob came over for whatever reason, there was a pot of frozen Kool-Aid awaiting him, better known to most Charlestonians as a chili bear. That particular moment was no different. "Here you go," the woman said with excitement. "Got something different for both of you." Opening the freezer, a cloud of cool fog poured out. She went in and took out 2 small, colorful Dixie cups. "I call it Rainbow Roll," she explained. "See the different colors? There's blueberry on the bottom, cherry, strawberry mixed in on top. On top of that, Next is lemon. And on the very top is orange. You boys see, I made it just for you. Yep, I see. Let me turn this down a little bit, y'all. God, Lord have mercy. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Man, if y'all hadn't checked out my short stories on Facebook yet, go ahead, man. I'm just raining short stories like diarrhea. Let me not go. I don't need diarrhea right now. I do need about. Let me tell you, when I say tired, y'all see me trying to wipe the coal out my eyes, but tired ain't even the word, man. Tired is not the word. I got my son's graduation coming up. My son and my niece both graduate high school this year. Wow. 18 years later. Wow. My God. Let me send out a picture real quick, because it's. Let's send out a picture. I'm sorry, I'm really just trying to kill time this morning, to be honest with you. I know that's not fair to y'all, but y'all right now is like one person, so yeah. It's fixing to go down. I'm sorry. I'm trying to kill time. I'm not even joking. I'm so tired I can't even see the words on the screen, but we're gonna keep pushing forward, y'all. And I know I say I'm tired a lot, and not y'all probably be like, y'all, boy, you always tired, man. Come on. But no, that I'm dead. Listen, oh my goodness, y'all. All right, I call it Rainbow Road. She explained. See the different colors. There's blueberry on the bottom, then cherry, strawberry mixed in on the top. On top of that, next is lemon. Let me see something. Okay, so I tell you what, my brothers and my sister, boy, Lord have mercy. If you want to have a good time, those are the people there. You throw me in the mix, you gonna have a good time in it. And it's about to go down graduation day for my son and my niece. It's about to go down, both of them. We went through a period where we had, let me see, first it was my cousin. I'm not mentioning no names, but first my cousin said she was pregnant. I was like, okay, so it's on. So when I heard my cousin was pregnant, it was on. But then I didn't have time to put one in the oven because I was in Korea. So next thing I know, my sister, she pregnant. I'm like, oh damn, they trying to beat me. So as soon as I get home, we get to work. Next thing you know, my wife, she got one in the oven. Then my brother's wife got one in the oven. And then my cousin got one in the oven. Then my other cousin got one in the oven. Then it's like 6 maybe kids or 7 kids. Like 2 just graduated last year, 2 graduating this year, 2 graduating next year, So that's 6. But that's just my siblings and one of my first cousins. That's 6 right there. And then my other first cousins, they also were having babies at the same time. So you got 2 more graduating the year after that. So that's 8. And then we took a little break for a little while. Then my cousin who it's actually like 10. It's like 10, 12 kids, y'all. 10, 12 kids in 10 years. 10 or 12 kids in 10 years. I'm not even joking. There's a lot of them. Yeah. So this is only the second graduation. We had 2 last year, 2 this year. But it's going to be more coming up. Oh, man. I call it Rainbow Road, she exclaimed. She explained. I already read that 1,000 times already. Yep, I see it and taste it, Frederick replied with his tongue deep within the cup. Well, first you got to take it out, Frederick, then flip it. His first, man, y'all. I gotta go do some work today. I gotta drive about an hour and a half. Doggone time don't seem to be moving. I'm trying to get to 15 minutes. It's 12 minutes now. Y'all know I gotta make 15 minutes though. This is what we gonna do for the remainder of the time. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Y'all hold tight.
He's far ahead of the world, Oko, when it comes to weaponry. So we need to have this close collaboration, so that we can make progress in our war.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is what I want.
In recent years, there have been major changes for the Sahel and for each of the AES countries in particular, such as, for example, the definitive break with ECOWAS and also the adoption of their own symbols, like the common flag. In this context, how would you describe Burkina Faso before and after? And how do you assess the alliance of Sahel states as a format for regional cooperation? Are there any plans for expansion, perhaps?
Yes. To understand the AES today, you just have to look at the African youth. I think that African youth are hopeful that this is a model of unity. And for us, the leaders of the AES, it puts pressure on us. And we have to succeed. Because Africa now needs to unite. We were in an organization that was supposed to be one of solidarity, cooperation, mutual assistance, and all that. But you can't be in an organization where you call each other brothers, and then at some point they cut off the electricity so that patients die in hospitals.
Wow.
The economy comes to a halt, and banks are closed, so you can't access anything. Transfers you need to buy basic necessities, medicine, and so on. These were blocked for some Sahelian peoples. They even formed an army to come and fight against Sahelian peoples. While terrorism has been raging for decades, they have been incapable of sending a single soldier to help fight. These are not brothers. We shouldn't fool ourselves. And it's not the people, it's the leaders. Otherwise, when you look at the people, even in these ECOWAS countries and all, the people support and understand the momentum of the AES. So that reassures us and encourages us to organize ourselves, to be a model, so that in the future it can expand. But in order to expand, we need to establish strong foundations. And that's exactly what we are doing right now. So that's more or less what led us to withdraw and to organize ourselves in order to relaunch.
Mr. President, for many people in Africa, you are more than just the president of a country. You are seen as the embodiment of a renewed Pan-Africanism. Why does Africa today in particular need, if I may say so, a new Thomas Sankara? How does it feel to take on all this responsibility at only 37 years old?
Age doesn't matter, but I can say it's a lot of pressure. It's pressure. You shouldn't let it turn into delusions of grandeur. It's pressure. For me, it's a message that the youth are sending me, and that puts even more pressure on me. If I used to manage to sleep 2 hours, now I've cut my sleep down to just 1 hour. And if you shouldn't sleep anymore. Because they must have seen something surely that we're doing. Something that, in their view, could help Africa get out of this situation. For us, it encourages us, it remotivates us to keep fighting. That's why I say it's pressure. It's a very heavy responsibility. And I can promise that all we can do is not to betray, to keep following our path of Pan-African struggle. We hope that it will inspire all African youth, and that the Pan-Africanism we long for so much can become a reality. Because Africa has suffered a lot. It's time for us to unite, to work together, to develop ourselves. Just as Africans go elsewhere to see the world, to see money and everything else there is. In Africa, it's possible. It is possible. So this is our mission, and we are going to take it on.
Mr. President.
Okay, so I'm gonna just stop it here, man. If y'all hadn't heard of Ibrahim Traoré, he is the president of Burkina Faso. There's a movement going on as far as Pan-Africanism goes, and he's like, I consider him the leader. They say he got into his position through a coup, but if you look at the history of that particular country in Africa, there's been several coups. Like every time somebody get in office, it's a coup. And they say he's like the reincarnation of a guy by the name of Thomas. Man, I forget his last name now. Forgive me. Thomas. Anyways, the guy that they say he's the reincarnation of, not literally, but figuratively. He was assassinated by, I think it was actually one of his best close friends set him up, and he was assassinated. And that, we saw that with Muammar Gaddafi. We see that a lot whenever Africa is trying to do something to better themselves, or an African country. All of a sudden, the leader dies, and first of all, they start this campaign to cause all type of negativity surrounding his name. And then they go in and say, oh, he's doing this, that, and the other. He's a bad guy. We got to kill him. And that's when they go in and take him out. So now there's this movement to protect this guy, Ibrahim Traoré, and the movement. And I'm doing my research. He sat down with China, the president of China, and the president of Russia. Those. And it's a lot there's a lot that I'm still looking at, that I'm still trying to figure out, because you got to realize your beliefs and everything come from the same network that enslaved us and still are very, very racist against us. That's where you get all your news from. You got to realize that. Once you realize that, you got to start looking outside of that parameter. You got to look other ways. You got to look at other outlets to get your news. The best place to get the news is from the source. So, with all that being said, man, I'm sorry today was not. I hope you learned something about this guy, and I hope you were inspired by him. No matter what color you are, it's really, really dope. And he's only 37 years old. 37 years old. And I didn't even know he spoke English until today. This particular video it's in on a loop, so I don't know how long they're gonna run it. But when I first turned it on this morning, I was like, wait a minute. Every other video I've ever seen, he's speaking French, I thought. Or some other language. So he speaks English too. And he seems very intelligent, smart. Anyways, y'all be blessed. This is Anthony L. Kelly. This has been Bajillion 153. Till next time, I'm out.